If there's one manufacturer that doesn't follow convention, it's definitely Dodge. Just take a look at this thing. Let's face it, it is the craziest production car that we've ever seen from a manufacturer, and Dodge is the only brand that would be crazy enough to do it. This is the 2018 Dodge Challenger SRT Demon. I'm at the 2017 New York Auto Show. Let's take a first look. When the SRT Hellcat hit the streets, a lot of enthusiasts wondered if that was the pinnacle of muscle car performance. Well, Dodge definitely didn't want to settle on that, and they honestly, I feel like, got tired of seeing their Hellcat be whooped in a lot of drag races with the Tesla Model S and some supercars, which is exactly why they built the Dodge Demon. Now this, before you think this is just a puffed up Hellcat with more power, Dodge wants you to know that they put forth the engineering to actually make this a true ultimate in terms of a muscle performance car that's an ultimate drag racer, to be honest. And they started with one of the issues that the Hellcat faced, and that was traction. Every Demon will come standard with these 315 factory drag radials. They're Nitto tires. They are, quite honestly, a sticky rubber. It is exactly what this car needed. If you guys remember, the Hellcat actually had some pretty skinny tires, like 275s, which is exactly the reason why it had some traction issues. Now, this particular one has 315s all around. There's actually another one over there on the floor that has these skinny tires on the front that are supposed to reduce drag when you're actually drag racing. Dodge says this vehicle is very capable of doing a wheelie from the factory, so you're going to buy this vehicle for one reason, and that's one reason only. Now, looking at the side profile of the Demon, you can see Dodge had to install wider fender flares to accommodate those bigger 315 tires, which Dodge says, by the way, are 11 inches in diameter for the rear to basically make those big tires fit. Now, underneath the hood, you're probably wondering the most, what's going on under there? Now, obviously, you have a version of the 6.2-liter supercharged V8. Dodge has puffed up everything, basically. It's got a bigger supercharger. It puts out 14.5 pounds of boost, which the company says is now capable of producing 840 horsepower and 770 pound-feet of torque. Now, they did have some numbers for us, 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds, which I believe is about as fast as what Motor Trend got on the Tesla P100D Model S, and a quarter mile a time of 9.65 seconds at 140 miles an hour. So Dodge is basically claiming this is the fastest production muscle car in the world, and it's definitely something that a lot of enthusiasts are going to be salivating over. A great bragging right to have for a vehicle like this. On the inside of the SRT Demon, a couple of things you're going to notice. Obviously, it's not entirely different from the Hellcat, which it really didn't need to be. The first thing I'm noticing immediately is the massive hood bulge. Now, Dodge says this is the biggest production ram air induction system, or ram air hood on any production car. It's necessary for this big supercharged V8 to gulp the air it needs, which, by the way, when it does gulp the air it needs, Dodge says this vehicle is capable of using the air conditioning system to super cool the air and lower the temperature by as much as 45 degrees. So if you guys are driving this vehicle in the hot and humid sun in Florida, the car will basically think like you're sucking up air up in Minnesota or something like that. But anyways, the rest of the interior, as you can see, the seats feel like they're a little bit more aggressively bolstered. You have nice Alcantara on the steering wheel. Honestly, it looks identical to the last Hellcat I sat at, aside from slightly different gauges. The speedometer goes up to 200 miles an hour. This particular one has an 8-speed auto. Dodge didn't really have much in terms of technical information. I kept asking the PR guys when this vehicle goes on sale. They didn't have that information for us yet. Neither did they have pricing. I imagine they're going to announce that later this year. So make sure you keep tuned for any updates on the SRT Demon when it does come to market. For Redline reviews at the 2017 New York International Auto Show, I'm Sofian Bey.